Welcome to Unsigned 518's Weekend Spotlight for the weekend of May 17th, 2024. Got a lot of great stuff coming up for you. Got music from Alec Lewis Group, Tongue Reverend, Stoker, and the latest from Her Heads on Fire. Also a conversation with Joseph Grillo, a.k.a. Sid Jagger of Her Heads on Fire, and so much more. So without further ado, let's get started.
He was born on a Saturday in 73. He loves punk rock music. The Fridays the 13th. Jamming in the dazzle jam. Now. On the bass guitar with the shortwave radio band. It's motherfucking Andy Scolding. Look at motherfucker, cause here he comes. Andy Scolding. Wearing his orange hat.
All right, so I am going to do things, I guess, a little bit different this weekend because it's not only my birthday weekend, which it is, but there's Andy Palooza 2. It's my kind of birthday celebration with three other bands, shortwave radio band. We're playing, Alec Lewis Group is playing, Tongue Reverend and Erie are headlining it. It's at Single Cut North. It's the second time we've done it. We did it last year, was the first time, and it started, I mean, I don't want to say like as a joke, but it certainly didn't start like super intentionally. The Batten Killers were putting together a show, and they had the Sugar Hold on board, and Tiger had reached out to me about getting shortwave on, and it was at Single Cut on May 20th last year, 2023. And I was like, we'd love to, but it's funny, that's also happens to be the day of my 50th birthday. So they decided to call it Andy Palooza and kind of lean into the whole theme of it being my birthday. And it was a pretty big success. There was a lot of people there. Everybody had a really great time. The performances were awesome. It was like super memorable. People showed up in droves. It was great. And then at some point during the winter, the idea came up of kind of doing it again. And in talking with Teresa at Single Cut, we made it happen. If a few people came together, we got Alec Lewis Group on board, Tongue Reverend and Erie, and it's going to be just such a great show. And because there's other things going on, what I'm going to do is, obviously I want to focus on this because it's an important thing to me, because not only is it my birthday, but it's the 2-year anniversary of this show. It's the 40th show that Shortwave Radio Band has played as a 5-piece. That'll be this weekend. It's the last show before we go to record our first EP or album with TJ Foster of Erie, which is the first time any of us have done that. So that's exciting. This will be the last show, and then we disappear for like 3 months. So what I realized is that, because Andy Palooza is kind of in the middle of the day, it starts at 4 o'clock. It's over by 8 o'clock. There's stuff going on before then, certainly, and there's definitely stuff going on after. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically going to give you a map of a day. We're going to start in Glens Falls. We're going to go down the Northway to Clifton Park, and then we're going to continue on to Troy. And I'm going to give you 3 events, one of which is my birthday party, but I'm going to give you some events you can take some other things in and really make a fucking day out of it, because not only, like I said, birthday, anniversary, 40th show, but it's also on 518, which is 518 day. And if, May the 4th gets the May the 4th day, the 518 gets 518 day. So it's a perfect way to celebrate it by going to 3 of the big places in the 518, Glens Falls, down through Clifton Park, down to Troy, and hitting up some music-centric stuff at all 3. And then I'm also going to throw in a bonus day, because Monday is my actual birthday, and there's a show that I will absolutely be attending on Monday. I took Tuesday off specifically so that I can go to a show on my birthday, so I'll be talking about that too. So a little different than normal, I suppose. Anyway, let's get rolling. So first, we're going to start off in Glens Falls at the Shirt Factory for the Adirondack Vinyl Slam. The Adirondack Vinyl Slam is more than 20 curated tables of LPs at the Shirt Factory from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m., and it's free admission, brought to you by Sweetside Records and Record Riots. It's great music and vinyl community, so you don't want to miss this extra special vinyl dig. And again, that is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Shirt Factory in Glens Falls. All right, so then after the Adirondack Vinyl Slam, you're going to take the Northway down to Clifton Park and go to Single Cut North for Andy Palooza. Starts at 4 o'clock. Again, 4 bands. Great beer at Single Cut, great people. And there's also Smith's Smoke Shack, which is the food truck there that is permanently there. And they're going to be there, and I've been in contact with them and let them know how excited I am about it. And they promised me that they're going to crush it for the birthday party. And I'm looking at their menu now, and it's like, smoked pork, pulled chicken sandwiches, smoked brisket. And I'm just a huge fan of smoked meats. I worked at a butcher shop for years. I guess you could say I smoked meat professionally for a while, and certainly do it personally because I enjoy it. But I'm very excited. So, Smith's Smoke Shack is going to be there. So you can get your food there. You can get some beer there. You can catch 4 bands. It's all free. So Shortwave Radio Band is going to start off. We start at 4 o'clock, and then after us is Alec Lewis Group. And if you're not familiar with Alec Lewis, he goes all the way back. His first appearance on Unsigned 518 was episode 10, and his most recent appearance, he had an episode back in March. It was episode 114, where he was actually talking about putting the Alec Lewis Group together. He's been around, for a while. You might remember Honey Slider, Honey Home Studio. He actually, Shortwave Radio Band's latest single, Plastic, he engineered that for us. He recorded it for us, and Dave Tyo mixed and mastered it. But Alec Lewis has his group down. They'll be playing after Shortwave. So what I wanted to do is play you an Alec Lewis Group song so you can kind of get an idea of what you're in for. So this one is off their High Vibes Volume 1. This is Alec Lewis Group with Pocket Man, and it's here on Unsigned 518's Weekend Spotlight.
Thank you.
All right, that was Pocket Man, the Alec Lewis Group. So then after Alec Lewis Group on Saturday for Andy Palooza is Black Tongue Reverend. And I first met Black Tongue Reverend back on episode 26, which was August of 2022. And it actually reminds me that as you're listening to this on Thursday, tomorrow is another episode. So there's actually 3 episodes this week. There was the regular episode with the Jagaloons that came out on Tuesday. This will come out on Thursday. And then tomorrow I have a 2-year anniversary special that I put out. That's a 90-minute special, a ton of music, a couple of full-length interviews with my first ever guest and my second ever guest, and also some testimonials. I kind of opened up the floor and said, hey, if you want to say something nice about Unsigned518, just send me a voice memo, and several people did, so I included those in there, and it's a great episode. But the episode starts off, Eric of Black Tongue Reverend, you know, all the guys in the band I've become friends with since this aired, but the special episode tomorrow, the anniversary one, starts off with an acoustic song that Eric apparently wrote on the fly about me and Unsigned518. And he was the only one that did a song. You know, some people did things that were pretty funny, but Eric did a little song. So check that out. That'll drop at midnight tonight, I guess. You know, if it's Thursday as you're listening to it, at midnight will be the 2-year anniversary special. So check that out. What we're going to do right now is we're going to listen to some Black Tongue Reverend. This is All of Them Have Fangs, and it's on Unsigned518's Weekend Spotlight.
Chaos all around me. You are all to blame. Weariness inside me, shackled to my brain. Civil conversations turn into demands. Reaching out for idols that crumble in my hands. I must be the only one who hasn't gone insane. Crowds of smiling faces, and all of them have fangs. Screaming over, talking over, whispering the truth. Abandoning all reason for a sayer of the suit. Apologize for nothing, 'cause you are never wrong. Deception becomes history if you say it for too long. I must be the only one who hasn't gone insane. Crowds of smiling faces, and all of them have fangs. of smiling faces, and all of them have fangs.
So that was All of Them Have Fangs, Black Tongue Reverend, and of course they will be at Andy Palooza 2 this Saturday at Single Cut North, along with Erie and Alec Lewis Group shortwave radio band. And I can't stress it enough how excited I am about the food. Smith's Smoke Shack will be there, so get there early because apparently they could sell out. You know, we could eat them out of their smoked meats. That's usually what happens in those situations. But if you want more information on them, you can check them out at smithssmokeshack.com. All right, so up next, you're going to leave Andy Palooza with a super full belly from eating barbecue, and you're going to be satiated with music, but you're going to want more. So you'll get on the Northway, you'll head down into Troy, and you'll go to No Fun for Ampavine's 10-year anniversary show with Stoker, CPS, and Cheesy Snacks. And Ampavine were on, I believe Gabe was on episode 67. Yes, it was episode 67 that Gabe of Ampavine was on this show. So if you want to find out more, you can go check out that episode. And the showtime there starts at 7 o'clock, goes till 11 o'clock. Again, it is Ampavine celebrating their 10-year anniversary with a special show at No Fun with Stoker, CPS, and Cheesy Snacks. And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play a song from Stoker because this actually isn't the last that you'll hear of Stoker this weekend. So I'm going to play a song called Tissue, and then I will be right back on Unsigned518's Weekend Spotlight. Tissue from Stoker. And again, they're playing with Ampavine, CPS, and Cheesy Snacks at No Fun on Saturday. But after you take your day of rest on Sunday, as I am almost certainly going to do, on Monday, there's a show you need to get out to. It's a Super Dark Monday at Desperate Annie's. Going to start at 9 o'clock. And that's my actual birthday. And I took Tuesday off just so that I can go to this show. So I know a couple of the guys in Stoker, and Eric of Stoker introduced me to Sid Jagger of Her Head's on Fire, and Her Head's on Fire features members of Saves the Day and Garrison, and he was telling me about this show, and it just so happened to fall on my birthday, and I'm like super excited that I get to go to this one. So it's Joe Tyrone, Stoker, and Her Head's on Fire, and it's a Super Dark Monday show. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to let Sid Jagger of Her Head's on Fire tell you a little bit about the band and a little bit about the show that you can expect, and then we'll be back to wrap it up. So let's go to the phone. Hey, what's up, Sid?
Andy, I can't let you go.
Fuck, you know how many times, like, when that song came out when I was in high school, like, I literally just got chills when he did that. I was like, am I in the fucking locker room again? Like, what?
I can't help it, man. It's a huge compliment.
Yes,
I love that song.
And at this stage in life, I take it. You know, back then, I was like,
I love Iggy Pop, and I love the B-52.
Yeah.
So it's a high compliment.
Yeah, well, you know, I'll take it as such. So I wanted to, you know, we were talking a little bit before we got rolling. I just want to kind of like introduce you to my audience. They're certainly familiar, or they're going to be familiar with the past projects of people that are in the band, you and other people in the band. But I guess just like, you know, the kind of elevator pitch of Her Head's on Fire.
It's a rock band. It's guitar, bass, drums, and it sounds like everything you've heard before. You know, we're not trying to reinvent the wheel. We just like good songs. And, you know, I think that when we were younger, myself in particular, I wanted to do things like that nobody had ever done. And now I still like doing that in other projects, but this project is just, it's all about, you know, hopefully good songcraft and writing with people that understand that. And so the make of the band is myself. My, you know, CV would be Garrison, Gay for Johnny Depp, Instruction, God Fires Man, I Hate Her Freedom, Judas Knife. And then the bass player was in Empire State Games and Saves the Day, still is in Saves the Day. The guitar player, Jeff Dean, was in too many bands to mention, but most notably at The Bomb. And then Jeff Gensterbloom, same guy. Anybody who's a drummer in New York is in a million bands. But he was most notably in Small Brown Bike, and he fills in for Casket Lottery. And I think he's playing with Coalesce right now, to be honest with you.
And so, you know, Her Head's on Fire, you have a new album that's releasing. I've actually, you know, and I say it all the time, like doing this podcast out of my garage, the best thing about it is my privy to music that nobody else gets to hear yet, you know, and like I usually hear things, you know, weeks or months ahead of time, and I've heard the album, and you know, when you sent it, you were like, play it loud, and anyone who knows my garage, it gets fucking loud in here, and I played it as loud as it went, and I listened to it like probably 4 or 5 times in a row, and
wow,
god damn, man, it is so good, and I'm like, it's one of those that I'm like, I can't show anybody, you know, like I gotta keep it to myself. It's
soon enough.
Yeah, soon
you can
enough.
Play
so
it for your friends. I don't care. Like it's not like it's the new Taylor Swift, dude. Just play it.
Right. But that comes out when?
Well, the first single's out. The second single came out yesterday. The actual, I think there's a third single, and the record comes out June 19th. I think that'll be on all the streaming platforms. And if anybody ordered the vinyl, they'll have it before then because it's already done.
Sweet, yeah. That's awesome. I'm excited for everybody to hear it because like I said, I was blown. And you know, you say you're not reinventing the wheel, but like, and we talked before, like, you know, we're around the same age. Like, I'm the same way. I just want really good songs. You know what I mean? Like, I don't
Yeah.
need to hear this new thing that has never come around before. I just want to hear really good songs, and I can, without question, say, for my personal taste, this hits it all, man. Like, it hits
Oh,
it
thank
all.
you. Well, you know what it is, and I think this was just sort of a sign of maturity as my personally as a songwriter, is realizing that your own voice is good enough, and that that sets you apart. So music has like music's fascinating in so many different ways, but lyrically in particular and melodically, you can say something, you know, that's so trite and has been said a million times. So let's take an example of like I miss you, right? Well, that's what a Hallmark card thing to say.
Right.
But if it's the right chords, and if it's like Slint Spiderland, and he says I miss you, and then the band kicks in, it's like even talking about it, I get chills.
Right.
And so it's realizing that everyone's voice and what they bring to the table is going to make it unique already. That it will already have its own voice, and therefore it is worthy. Therefore, I don't need to do a chord voicing no one's heard before, or a drum pattern that has never existed. You know, that it's more interesting to me at this point to sort of make things that people can enjoy, and also hopefully sort of illuminate the human condition.
Right. Well, I think you pulled it off there. And so, you're on tour currently, right?
Yeah.
And
Mhm.
I was looking. You've got dates all over the place. On one of the dates, and again, this is the Weekend Spotlight episode, so I always talk about where you can go see shows this weekend. That's what this whole show is about. And even though Monday's not the weekend, it is my actual birthday. So for me, it's Saturday 2.0, and you're playing at Desperate Annie's in Saratoga Springs.
We are.
And I'm actually definitely going to be there. So
Awesome.
It'll be.
Well, I live in Saratoga Springs, and I own a wine shop called By the Bottle, which is on Spring Street in Saratoga Springs. And after 20 years in Brooklyn, my family moved up during the pandemic, and we had been married up here 14 years ago. My mother-in-law lived up here, so we'd had some history here. But I've got 8-year-old twins, and raising them in a town that has fresh air is pretty cool. It's one of those things where we were playing Boston, we were playing Providence, and then we're going up to play Montreal. And I was just gonna drive back on that Monday because we have a couple shows in Manhattan and Brooklyn. And I was like, oh my God, I can play my new hometown. That'll be so cool. And it's at the established Monday night punk bar night. I was like,
Yes.
That couldn't be more perfect. So, for everyone that's like me, or via my wife, via PTA, you can see the horrible music I make. At this Annie's.
Yeah,
If you come
Mondays
down and
at
bring
DAs
earplugs,
are
bring
awesome.
earplugs. Bring
Yeah,
earplugs.
well, earplugs are punk rock too. You know what I mean? But yeah, DAs on a Monday. My band has played DAs on a Monday twice, I think,
Mhm.
and the crowd that comes out on a Monday, it might surprise you. It's
I'm
it's
looking forward to
a
it, man.
happening place, and Monday super dark shows at DAs are really starting to be cemented as something fucking cool.
Well, I'm stoked to be a part of it, and plus we're playing with Stoker.
With Stoker,
My friend
yeah.
Eric plays drums and that'll be fantastic. And yeah, it'll be a good time.
Yeah, and that's actually how. I mean, we actually haven't met in person, but it was Eric of Stoker, who I've known for like 15 years now or something, maybe. God, yeah, something like that. I've known him for a while. But yeah, I'm stoked to see his band Stoker, and it's funny because I use the word, I overuse the word Stoke, and now I'm like, God damn it! Now I'm going to see Stoker, and I'm going to be stoked to see Stoker, and like,
You're excited.
Yeah.
You're excited. You're thrilled.
well, I won't take too much more of your time. I do appreciate you taking time to talk to me. And before we go, I think maybe we should do a Her Head's on Fire song.
Yeah, let's do that'd be great. We could do the new single, which is Aren't I the Champion?
Okay.
And that came out yesterday.
All right, so let's listen to Aren't I the Champion, Her Head's on Fire. And Sid Jagger, I want to thank you again so much for taking your time, and I will see you Monday at Desperate Annie's.
Awesome. Thank you, Andy.
She wasn't born to play the victim. You weren't born to play the fool. But in the ending, all between us, there's such cool. You could have been a better partner. You could have been a better pair. But in the end, the sadness echoes. Life's not fair. Hatred is appealing. Hatred is appealing. Hatred is appealing. But it's not what you're feeling. She wasn't born to play the victim. You weren't born to play the fool. And in the ending, all between us, there's such cool. You could have been a better partner. You could have been a better pair. But in the end, the sadness echoes. No one cares. Hatred is appealing. Hatred is appealing. Hatred is appealing. But it's not what you're feeling. Aren't I the champion? Aren't I the champion? Aren't I the champion? Aren't I the
That was Aren't I the Champion? Her Head's on Fire, and you can see them with Stoker and Joe Tyrone at Desperate Annie's on Monday for Super Dark Monday, and I'll definitely be there. So that's it for this episode of Unsigned 518's Weekend Spotlight. If you want to help the show, definitely like, rate, subscribe, tell a friend to listen to Unsigned 518. That really helps. And if you want to help support the show, you can go to buymeacoffee.com/Unsigned518. But most of all, just keep listening. So I will see you next week. Have a great weekend. I am Andy Scullin. This is Unsigned 518's Weekend Spotlight. And I'll see you on the road. Unsigned 518 is produced and hosted by me, Andy Scullin. New episodes are available every week wherever you stream podcasts. If you would like to help support the show, please like and subscribe wherever you are listening. Or you could buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/Unsigned518. If you would like to advertise on the show, send me an email at unsigned518@gmail.com. And to be a guest on the show, reach out to me through Instagram at Unsigned518. Take care of one another, and I'll see you next week.